Hi, Kelsey. I'm Joe Burke. Thank you for your question. The recommended video length is actually 5 minutes, which doesn't leave us a lot of time to talk about the definition of slope, the slope-intercept form, solving equations, fractions, decimals, or many other concepts. So if you need additional help after this video, please follow up with your favorite tutor. So let's take this and delete that. And I want to share my screen with you because I'm going to be using the equation editor, and I want you to be able to see what I'm doing there. So there we go. That'll pop up in here in just a moment. The problem gives us the calling card credit at 2 points of time after the initial purchase, and it asks us to find the value at a third point in time at 59 minutes. So you should understand that we need to start off with a linear equation, which is often of the form y equals mx plus b, but that's not very descriptive. So what is y? Well, it's our function value. Our function value is the credit on the card, and so we're going to use c. And what does it depend on? It doesn't depend on x. What is x? It depends on time. So we'll say c of t is equal to, well, instead of the slope, we'll say the rate of change times t plus the initial cost. Okay, so there is our formula right there. And the first step is to translate the points they give us from English into mathematical points. And so the points that they give us are 38 minutes and our value on the card is $19.30 in 15 minutes and $17.50. And so we can translate that where our x value is the time and our y value is the credit. So our points will be 38 minutes, $19.30, and 50 minutes, $17.50. Okay, splendid. We're getting somewhere. Now that we have 2 points, we can actually find our slope. So how do we figure out what the slope is? Well, our rate of change. So our rate of change is the same thing as slope. And the rate of change is often called the change in y divided by the change in x, which can be written as y2 minus y1. That's the change in y. The change in x can be written as the x value of our second point, x2, minus x value of our first point, x1. Which, if you look at our points, you'll see that we're talking about our second point being at $17.50. Our first point was at $19.30. And that was from 50 minutes and 38 minutes. And so what we get as a fraction is -3/20. The decimal, that would be -0.15. Okay. I prefer to use fractions over decimals, so I'll be using this right here, but you can use either one that you feel comfortable with. And now that we have 2 points and we have the slope, we can actually solve for the initial value, which will give us the equation that will allow us to figure out the credit remaining after 59 minutes. And so, again, our formula is that the credit is equal to the rate times time plus the initial value, but we know the rate to be -3/20. We just solved that. Okay, and we've got a couple points. We can use either one. I'm going to use the one at 38 minutes. So at 38 minutes, we knew that our credit was $19.30. And so that gives us an equation with an unknown. And so we don't really, as I explained, we don't really have time to talk about solving this, but what you would find if you solve this is that the initial value is equal to $25. And this is very helpful because now we can write our equation that we can use to solve our problem. And so we've got and we're running out of time, so I'm going to do this very quickly. The cost is equal to rate times the time plus the initial value. And so we said the rate was -3/20. And the time they want us to solve for was 59 minutes. Where our initial value we learned was 25. And so if we run our calculation, then we will see that this comes to $16.15. Okay, and so that's how you solve this problem. I hope that's very helpful to you. If you have additional questions, find your favorite tutor. Thanks very much.